Some of our most favourite hymns are those which stay with us from our school days. They resonate with us throughout our lives and bring memories of formative days flooding back into our minds. This week's hymn was requested by someone for whom the hymn reminds them of their school days. It was the school hymn. And for them, this hymn, its words and its tune, has stuck with them later into life. It's a hymn of dedication and consecration of life. Take my life, Lord, let it be. The hymn, which talks about every portion of life being set apart and made holy in God's service, was written by Francis Havergil on the 4th of February in 1874. Frances Havergil was the daughter of a Church of England minister, and throughout her life she was enthusiastic for faith and for the life and work of the Church, especially its missionary work. She was an extremely clever and well-educated woman. Raised in Worcester, she attended school both in England and in Germany. In her love of learning, she grew to become an able scholar in modern languages, as well as becoming proficient in biblical Hebrew and Greek. She was a talented pianist, and by all accounts, she had such a lovely voice that she was in great demand as a concert soloist. She wrote this hymn while visiting friends in Switzerland. In her own words, the hymn is a consecration hymn in which she commits all of her being and all her possessions to the Lord for his purposes. Take my life, Lord, let it be consecrated, glad and free. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless praise. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of your love. Take my feet that I may run, bearing news of Christ, your Son. Here, Havergil's enthusiasm for overseas mission comes through in her hymn. She was a great supporter of overseas mission work. Indeed, in 1878, she wrote to a friend, "The Lord has shown me another little step, and of course I have taken it with extreme delight. Take my silver and my gold now means shipping off all my ornaments to the church missionary house, including a jewel cabinet that is really fit for a countess. All will be accepted and disposed of for me. I don't think I ever packed a box with such pleasure." Her hymn ends with the verse, "Take my love, my Lord, I pour at your feet its treasure store. Take myself and I will be all for you eternally." The whole tenor of Frances Havergil's hymn is to give everything we have and all we are to Christ in God's service. And fittingly, that the giving of all practical things reflects a desire to give of our hearts and spirits in the service of God and for others. Frances Havergil was obviously a very pious woman, and if I'm honest, sometimes I can find strong piety helpful and sometimes less so. What I do like about this hymn is that it sees all of life as sacred. That is, every part of our life, our decision making, all that we have to offer as people to the world and to others is in some sense sacred gift. They are gifts with which we can make the life of the world and other people better. I can well see why it was chosen by a school as the school hymn, because it encapsulates very well that every part of our life and being is a gift we have to give to God and to heal and to serve the world. It's a wonderful sentiment to give to children growing up in their lives. Ewan Ritchie, our director of music, has taken the setting of this hymn from the Church Hymnary 4th edition, where it is set to the tune Nottingham. But I know that many of you will have also sung this hymn to different tunes over the years. Remember, if you have a favourite hymn or one that you are simply curious about, let me know and I'll try my best to cover it over the autumn. There'll be a 2-week break now in these reflections while I'm on staycation, but they will return towards the end of the month. Please enjoy this week's hymn. Take my life, Lord, let it be consecrated, glad and free.